Hello, this is Lisa Shea, and these instructions are for folding an origami lover's knot. This is a way to send messages between you and someone you love, or a best friend. The key is that the lines on the top of the lover's knot could never be refolded in exactly the same way. So if you wrote this note to someone, and some other person intercepted it and tried to read it, they could never get it folded up again in the exact same way, and you would know that someone else had read your message. So you start with a piece of origami paper, and you write your secret message on the inside of it. Once you are set, we are going to start folding a number of guidelines. We're going to fold it in half, left to right, and crease that down. Open it up, fold it in half, top to bottom. The key here is to make a number of lines so that the rest of the folding goes more easily later on. So open it up, fold it diagonally in one direction so that the two corners meet, and give it a then open it up, and you've guessed it, you fold it diagonally in the opposite direction so that the two corners meet. So there you've got it with the different folds already. Now this next part might seem a little confusing, so watch it a couple times to get the hang of it. What you're doing is squashing the bottom down so that it forms a triangle, and when that happens, the top end up forming a triangle too because of all those guidelines we made. So look at this from the side, and you can see how there's a bottom triangle, and then the pieces of paper go in and out in the middle, and then a top triangle. And once you get it all set, then give it nice creases to flatten down the inside parts. And again, this is something that might look confusing at first, but if you get that piece of paper all folded up nicely, you take a look at this a couple times, then it will really make sense how the bottom triangle and the top triangle and then the two sides fold in to make that squish down. So once you've caught up to me and you've got that part set, take the top point of your triangle and fold it down. Now you're going to fold the left point in to the center, and then the right point in to the center. These are all just, again, preliminary folds, so we can do this next part. Put your thumbs under that top layer and lift it up. See how it goes and makes a little straight line up there by the point. And now fold in the two sides, and they will fold down nicely to meet that top line that you just folded up. That meets the point. So again, those guidelines make this happen relatively easily. So to show you again, we've got the top point which we fold down, fold the side triangle in to give a guideline, and the other side triangle into the center to give a guideline. Now if you put your fingers or thumbs into just that top layer and lift that top layer up so it goes up to meet the top point, this means that in the right side follow in, and they will fold flat to meet the top so that you have a straight line across the top and you have a point down at the bottom. I hope it helped to show that from both sides so that you can see what was happening. Alright, we're going to fold over just one layer so that we now have a pointed triangle instead of an open in the center. And again, fold in just one layer so we have a pointed triangle. That's how you know you've got the fold right. Fold the bottom point triangle up to the top, flip it over, fold the bottom point triangle up to the top. Right, now we're going to fold the left side over to the right, flip it over, fold the left side over to the right, and now we're going to fold the bottom corner up to meet the top center, and then the other bottom corner up to meet the top center. Flip your piece over, fold the bottom corner into the top center, and the other bottom corner in to meet the top center. We're getting close to the end, but you can always pause and replay if you're getting stuck somewhere. Now fold the top layer down to meet the bottom layer, and flip it over and fold that top layer down to meet the bottom layer. Now take a hold of the left side and the right side and pull gently outwards and you'll see that the other sides puff out. And now you've got yourself the knot. There's a square in the center, and a little triangle to the top and the bottom, and then little side lines. And now what you do is you draw a little squiggly line across each of the 4 folds. And that way, if anyone else tries to open it and close it, there's no way that they'll ever get this all folded up again and have all those squiggly lines meet. So it'll be clear that someone else has intercepted it. And write a little note on the front so the person knows who it's going to, and you are all set. Visit lisashea.com for more origami, and thank you very much for watching.